All right, now I've got a whole separate list, a whole new chat where I've had um, doctrines, well, not all of them. It didn't find them all because I didn't put in there, take your time and find every one of them. But I got maxims of law, tort law, doctrines, things that other people don't have. Also, um, added my state laws, penal codes. I think it's missing one other one, and I'm gonna have to put that one in there too. But it says with penal codes and all of that. So, um, and so I'm real close. On this separate one, I'm gonna have to have it create, because I got it to prove that I can be an attorney in fact, representing the legal entity. That's an all caps corporate entity. I got it to admit through their U.S. codes and everything that it is a legal entity. It is only to identify the record. The state and the government did not create me, therefore they do not own me to be able to place titles and labels upon me. And that all caps name is what they're trying to force upon me. And that unless I consent to that, me being seen as that legal entity, that they have no authority over me. When it comes to the legal entity under statutory laws, their statutory laws and their regulations and all of that only bound the legal entity to. That's the only one they can go after. Because if you ask them, is my name the way I write it on your documents? And if they say no, well, that's not your name. Your parents did not create that. Your parents created you through God or with God's help. Your parents created you, not the state, not the government. Therefore, they cannot push that title that they created upon you. So that one will be separate for affidavits, writs of demand, and letters of acknowledgement, and I may have a conditional acceptance agreement created even for the new list, because I had to add a couple of things in there or a few things that it didn't pull up. The Home Rule Act, the Home Rule Act, and the Rule of Lenity, and then it pulled up all kinds of other stuff. And pulled up what they do, what they protect you from. We do have all kinds of legal protections. And that they didn't give me enough time because I am ignorant of how to defend myself to be able to have proper due process. So they don't give me enough time to learn how I can defend myself legally through all their legal doctrines and everything created, and Texas laws and penal codes, and anything else, the FTCA, and other things to protect me as a natural human, not as a legal person. A legal person is regulated, and its property is regulated, but a legal person can't own property. So they're not supposed to be using that legal entity that was created to identify the record. You can ask ChatGPT, was the legal entity created through USC, CFRs, and etc., to only identify the record. UCC also. It's 1-201. It's all right there in their records. It's not fictitious. I can be an attorney, in fact, to represent the legal entity. That's what they have on their paperwork, is the legal entity, not you, not your name that you was given. And plus, the surname is not your name. It's not given to you. It's added to your name. Look up what a surname is. I wish C.J. Grisham would watch this stuff and actually look at it. Look it up. This is all true. The surname was created for legal purposes in England to attach people to their legal system. And therefore, everyone born now has a legal corporate surname that's attached to the legal entity. And so when you give them your first name and they demand that last surname, because they can't do anything to you and with you without that, and also without a complaint form from a victim you have created, and the victim coming into court to be cross-examined, they don't have a case. And another thing, state courts are not supposed to be taking on traffic violations as criminal offenses under law of criminality. Your home, your property, everything you own is protected. They are not supposed to be coming after us on these streets. Fines and tickets and all that stuff is not criminal offenses when you don't pay them. They just have to suck it up and lose the money. It's force. And they're not letting you know that. These judges are ignoring all of these doctrines and everything. They need to be sitting on their whatever they call it. It needs to be right there, whichever, right or left, whichever hand they use, left or right hand. They need it right there, so that way they can go, well, these say we can't have this one in here because there's no victim. The prosecutor's supposed to know that. The prosecutor is the one that gets you into court when the prosecutor says, yes, this one's guilty. Well, is there a complaint form from a victim that I created with personal injury or damage to their property, which creates a victim because I damaged their property? Did I create an immediate threat to everyone around me when I was only practicing my right to life, freedom, and the pursuit of happiness? They can't do what the RICO Act, that ties into it. I was not transporting any drugs or anything that's illegal, and I didn't create a victim in this process to be pulled over for them to find something like that. But there has to be a victim in order for them to charge you for a criminal offense for even having that stuff, because you didn't create a victim with that. You just have it. Where's the victim? Oh, and also, the state and the government cannot be seen as a victim. A corporation cannot be seen as a victim. Corporations are legal entities. That all caps name is a legal entity. We have the ability to separate that third party from us. And I proved it. I got it to prove it, and it pulled up USC's, see, and whatever. So, I've got protections, and so certain things that's in the other one that I'm going to use for just the affidavits, written demands, and letters of acknowledgement for being an attorney in fact representing the legal entity or legal corporate entity, because that's what it is, and they know that's what it is. And when if they want me in there, objection, fruit from the poisonous tree. What I placed in the evidence, it speaks for itself for me. Because if you speak and you say something that will hurt you in court, they got you. You object, fruit from the poisonous tree, and, you know, none of that applies to me. And then you keep doing it, and you don't say that one thing after that again. You say something else that rebuts. I object, fruit from the poisonous tree. I invoke the Home Rule Act. I invoke the rule of lenity. And then they have to go by that stuff, because it's recorded in court. And you can you probably put it in your stuff to let them know that you know this is all recording, and you have the right to get the recording of what of those video cameras that are in the courtroom. We can get out of all of this. The farmers can get out of it. The immigrants can get out of it. Everybody can get out of it. All they mainly need is the Home Rule Act, the rule of lenity, and the Home Rule Act, and the immediate or threat of wait a minute, what is it? No, I can't think of it. Moment of threat doctrine. That right there. Were these immigrants in the moment of being here, creating a victim, being a threat? The only ones they can go after is the ones committing fraud. That's creating an actual victims. For bothering other people. Law of criminality. No victim, no crime. Just because they've come here, what we say is illegal, is without creating an actual victim to create a complaint form and hand it in the court with personal injury created from that immigrant or illegal alien, a title or label. So they can program you, groom you into thinking what they want you to think and believe. So they can do what you want, what they want, and through public opinion from everybody that has been politically groomed, programmed to believe what they believe. So, you all take care. Bye.